apart from the children, how are you feeling about your allotment?
I'm feeling amazing about my allotment because if you remember what it was like in February, it's so much better now in March. We've done all the work to start getting it ready for the crazy April sowing season. Have a look at this bed. Remember, this was full of artichokes and things. You wouldn't believe the amount of artichokes I pulled out of here after I thought I'd harvested them all. They were, and I found another one today, but it's got some little primroses in to cheer everybody up. This chard is getting a second win, so I've left that in. This bed, which was last year's brassica disaster. Well, not a disaster, it just looked horrible in the spring.
That's not true.
Now I've got some shallots planted in the middle.
Had some lovely brassicas.
And some peas on each side, and I've got this grand plan that the peas will grow up a structure and the shallots will just gently kind of plod away underneath. And then in the autumn I can just pull the shallots out, hopefully. Onions still need weeding. Not done anything to them. Yeah,
so, what was that thing about weeds being good for onion patches?
That's a theory, which may be
I like
true.
it.
Look at my daffodils, aren't they beautiful?
Oh, they're so lovely, Angela. Well, it's definitely worth doing, putting some flowers. And little ones at the front there.
Yes,
So nice.
Baby ones over there as well, if you can just see
Look
them.
at this. Oh, that makes me happy.
A few dandelions too, mind.
I hope that is a
Well done,
dandelion.
it's not a dandelion, but it is a weed. I think it's chickweed. I'm going to go and do some sowing now, if you want to come and watch. This is just a very small patch that I've dug. I'm going to put some root crops in here and some other bits and bobs. I'm going to do something I've never tried before in about half of it, which is that I'm going to mix together seeds of 3 different kinds. I'm going to put in, oh, someone's just moved my bag, because that's what children do.
I was just looking in.
And I have some beetroot. This in here is just some soil improver, nothing very exciting. But if I mix the seeds in with that, it'll make them easier to sow. So here's some beetroot.
Lot of seeds.
Excuse me, kids.
No.
Seeds out. Look, you can see that they're quite big. Sophie, get your hands out the way. There's 2 or 3 seeds in each of these little clusters. So I'm not going to sow all of them, I'm just going to... Actually, that wasn't nearly all of them.
Because you love beetroot.
Beetroot is not my favourite vegetable, but Erica's promised me that she'll make me a beetroot chocolate cake if I grow some beetroot.
I'm well up for it. Beetroot brownies?
It does.
Really, I'm
We're also
going
going to grow
to
some parmex,
oil
which
it.
is a variety of round carrot,
I
described in the back as stumpy, which is good for ground where you think it might be a bit stony or it might otherwise not be great. But yellows are going to go in your patch, aren't they? So again, I'll show you this. No, Solomon.
These are tiny, are they?
Yes, they're tiny. Look, very small. We're going to pop those in.
They smell yummy.
They smell yummy, huh?
What those?
Put these back in there because we can sow some more later in the season.
Mixed up, yuck.
And I'm going to find some...
Is this really hard to film, children?
Children, can you just move out the way for a bit, please? Spring onions. White
I'm
Lisbon.
watching.
And these are lovely.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to move in a minute because I'm going to need to sow the seeds.
Okay, Mama.
That's what onion seeds look like. All onion seeds. Spring onions, white onions, red onions, every kind of onion, all look like that. Stick them in the mixture.
Looks like you're
Right,
making a
now
cake.
I need some children. I want you to get your hands in there and mix the seeds and the soil up together. Hands out now then, please. Brush them off like that. Good kid, thank you. See, they're not completely useless. All I'm going to do now is just sprinkle this over this bed, and hopefully what we'll get is a lovely mix, a polyculture if you will, of carrots,
Polyculture.
beetroot and spring onions.
Sounds like you know what you're talking about.
It does, doesn't it? Anyone think I've been watching YouTube videos?
Where's your food forest then, Angela?
Oh,
This is it.
I really want a food forest. Never allowed to do too much in the way of permanent planting here in the allotments. But when I grow up, I should have a small holding with a food forest. There we go. Hopefully good things will happen.
Hooray!
Sophie's going to help because it's her spade. What we're going to do
Let's dig.
We're not going to dig. The soil's far too wet for digging. You just break up the soil. You're going to push the spade in the soil like that and just wiggle.
I can do that.
I'm going to do a bit of a close-up for this.
Trench.
Very narrow, V-shaped kind of trench. You have to go, Soph. The reason I'm doing that is just to make a little space for the roots of the carrots to grow. I did it last year. It worked amazingly. I didn't do it the year before and I got carrots with 400 legs and root parts. So I'm just going to fill that up with compost.
Root carrots are the best.
They're very hard to clean, ready for cooking.
Send them into Westeranson. I've got a carrot shaped just like a thingy. That's amazing. I've got a thingy.
A carrot just shaped like an alien with 5 legs and 3 thingies. That's the trouble.
Well, the punchline to that is I've got a thingy shaped just like a carrot.
Right. Thank you very much. End of that.
Oh, look at that worm. Escaping worm.
Hi, Wormy. Shall I put you somewhere safe because we're mucking about in this bed? Put you over here. Right. This time we're going to grow the long carrots. Early nant these are, or nant, depending on how you want to say it. You only need a few.
This is where I go wrong. I just go, put them all in! Put them all in!
You don't go put them all in, do you?
That's it. That's that job.
Angela's a bit more sensible than me.
I'm going to put my labels in afterwards, but to start with I'm just going to put that there so I know what I've sown.
No, power.
Carrot, yeah.
Cut our words.
Right. Next we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to grow parsnips. I'm not going to be quite as mean with the seeds for the parsnips because they are a bit unreliable with germination, I find.
Can I have a go
I managed to grow 1 parsnip last
Can
year.
I have the
And I couldn't find it when it came to harvest time, so I dug it up in spring and composted it. Now, parsnips, I've got some that I grew last year, which I'm just going to stick in case they germinate. They probably won't because parsnip seed needs to be fresh. If you have a look at those, they look like little round, very, very light seeds.
Can I hold one?
Yes, come on.
Yeah.
I'm going to sow these really thickly, like this.
That's Erica sewing, that is.
There we go, that's the whole lot. But I'm not going to leave it there because I don't trust those to germinate. Oh look, I get a free label with this packet.
Hooray!
I'm going to put in a whole packet of fresh seeds as well.
Everyone will be able to see if you put it there.
Okay, we'll put it where we can see it then, honey. Right, and this is even more parsnip seed. I'm saying this really stupidly thickly. You have to be careful to make sure I thin it.
If they come up.
If they come up, but I have very little faith with parsnips, so I'm not going to take any chances on them not coming up at all. Again, I'm just going to cover those with a little bit of compost like that.
This is a rather ingenious method of planting. Where did you come up with this then?
Somewhere on the internet, I forget now. But it worked really well last year, so I'm going to try it again this year. I'm going to sow some lettuces in the last remaining patch, but I shan't bore you with that because I think I've probably been on film long enough now.